F1 is back for the Circuit of the Americas. Let's get into it. Formula 1 is back after another extended break, and we're gearing up for the United States Grand Prix in Texas. It's a sprint weekend, which means we're in for an action-packed few days. Let's dive into our preview and predictions for this awesome Grand Prix. First up, we have a circuit overview for you. COTA is a fan favourite, offering up a thrilling mix of challenges for the drivers. The Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas is 5.513 kilometres long, with drivers completing 56 laps for a total race distance of 308.405 kilometres. Recently resurfaced but historically bumpy, COTA features a tight uphill hairpin at turn 1, a long back straight leading into another tight left-hander, and a series of medium to high-speed corners in between. If the corners at COTA seem familiar, they should be. Turns 3 through 6 look not dissimilar to Silverstone's high-speed run through Maggots Beckett's or the S-curves at Suzuka, while turns 12 through 15 mimic Hockenheim's stadium section. This varied layout really puts the driver's skills to the test, and tyre management becomes crucial as the rubber takes a pounding through the race. It's a circuit that demands the best from both car and driver, making for some spectacular racing. This race is particularly significant as most teams are bringing major upgrades, making it a potential turning point in the season. The sprint weekend format adds an extra layer of excitement and challenge for the teams as they introduce these new components. The Circuit of the Americas itself plays a significant role in this upgrade-heavy weekend. Its varied layout, featuring a mix of high-speed straights, tight corners and sweeping curves, makes it an ideal testing ground for new components. Historically, COTA has often been a venue where teams introduce major upgrades, as it allows them to gather valuable data across a range of circuit characteristics. The importance of this race cannot be overstated. It's critical for the championship standings, with several battles still ongoing throughout the field. Moreover, it serves as a test bed for components that could shape the 2025 cars. The performance gains or losses seen here could potentially shape up the competitive order for the remainder of the season and provide crucial insights for next year's designs. Since hosting its first F1 race in 2012, COTA has become a massive flagship event in the US, attracting massive crowds upwards of 400,000 people. The circuit plays a significant role in growing F1's presence in the US, and it demands a finely tuned car setup due to its combination of long straights and high-speed corners. Lewis Hamilton has the most wins in COTA with 5, 2012, 14, 15, 16 and 17, while Max Verstappen is the most recent winner, securing his third victory at the venue in 2023. So what will be the expected tyre strategy for this weekend? Pirelli is shaking things up a bit this weekend, bringing the medium range of tyres. We'll see the C2 as the hard, the C3 as the medium, and the C4 as the soft compound. Given COTA's demanding nature, we're likely in for a multi-stop race. I'm expecting most teams to opt for 2 sets of hards and 1 set of mediums as their primary strategy. But don't be surprised if we see some soft tyre action towards the end of the race as drivers push for that crucial fastest lap point. One of the reasons we all love COTA is its potential for great on-track action. There are 2 DRS zones to spice things up, one down the pit straight into turn 1 and another from the exit of turn 11 down the back straight into turn 12. Last year we saw 47 on-track overtakes, so buckle up for some wheel-to-wheel racing. This circuit really rewards brave moves and clever strategy, making for an exciting spectacle for all us fans. Now time for some team expectations and also the upgrades each team are bringing ahead of this weekend. McLaren and Mercedes are expected to perform well due to the circuit characteristics. Red Bull should be strong in the first sector with its high-speed corners, but might struggle a bit with the tighter sections. Ferrari could face some challenges here, but if temperatures soar, it might play to their advantage given their excellent tyre management this season. It's shaping up to be a really fascinating battle at the front of the grid. So starting with some of the back marker teams, Haas is continuing their development path with minor updates building on their Silverstone upgrades. They're aiming to overtake RB in the standings, with both Kevin Magnussen and Nico Hülkenberg historically performing well at COTA, so they'll be very optimistic about their chances. RB is finally bringing their delayed upgrade package originally planned for Singapore. This includes adopting Red Bull's suspension system and upgrading their aero kit, which could be crucial in addressing their inconsistent performance this season. Aston Martin is set to introduce their biggest evolution of the year, hoping to correct what has been a disappointing season by their standards. The team is expecting a 2 to 3 tenths improvement, focusing mainly on aerodynamic upgrades with possible side pod changes. This upgrade is particularly important for Fernando Alonso, who has been pushing for more competitive machinery. Moving to the top teams, McLaren is bringing a significant floor upgrade and adapting to their recently asked to be removed mini DRS effect. This update is crucial for maintaining their championship fight with Red Bull, especially for Lando Norris, who needs a competitive car to keep his title hopes alive. Red Bull, as expected, will also have upgrades. They're introducing a major floor upgrade that combines elements from 3 previous versions, along with a new front wing, reducing camber on the wing flap to cut drag on straighter circuits. This package is vital for maintaining their performance edge against a rapidly improving competitive field. The revised floor design aims to improve aerodynamics and optimize airflow, featuring a wedge-shaped section, a triangular extension, modified tail section, and reduced diffuser volume. These changes are intended to improve pressure gradients along the floor for better overall performance. Ferrari is introducing what they describe as their final upgrade of the season. Although termed minor compared to other teams' efforts, it includes a possible rear wing update and improvements to the rear corner of the car. The Scuderia is aiming for a better consistency in car balance, which has been a weakness throughout the season. Both Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz have performed well at COTA in the past, so a strong upgrade could see them fighting at the front. Mercedes is bringing perhaps the most anticipated upgrade package. It's described as a major overhaul with changes to the car body and aerodynamics. There's speculation about a possible side pod redesign incorporating the overbite concept seen on other successful cars. This upgrade is not just crucial for the remainder of the season, but also for laying the groundwork for their 2025 car. Let's take a look at last year's race. Max Verstappen showcased his exceptional skill at the United States Grand Prix, climbing from 6th on the grid to claim his 50th Formula One victory. In a nail-biting finish, Verstappen held off a charging Lewis Hamilton and Lando Norris, who had led the early stages of the race after overtaking pole sitter Charles Leclerc at the start. This win further solidified Verstappen's dominance in the 2023 season. The podium was completed by Hamilton in second and Norris in third, marking Norris's 4th consecutive podium finish. Carlos Sainz finished 4th, narrowly missing out on a podium spot. Sergio Perez managed to overtake a frustrated Charles Leclerc late in the race to secure 5th place, pushing Leclerc down to 6th. The rest of the top 10 was rounded out by George Russell, Pierre Gasly, Lance Stroll, who impressively recovered from a pit lane start, and Yuki Tsunoda, who also claimed the fastest lap point. The race saw several notable performances and incidents. Alex Albon finished 11th despite a time penalty for track limits violations, while his teammate Logan Sargent finished in 12th. Daniel Ricciardo, who is notably absent this weekend, returned to the grid and finished last among the runners. Unfortunately, Fernando Alonso, Oscar Piastri and Esteban Ocon all retired due to car issues. Looking back at last year's race, Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari set the pole with a blistering 1:34.356, while Max Verstappen clocked the fastest lap of the race at 1:38.788. Given the track resurfacing and ongoing car development, I'd expect both these times to fall this year. However, if we see particularly high temperatures, it could throw a spanner in the works. The teams will be working overtime to find that perfect balance between pace and tyre preservation. Now time for a short team-by-team breakdown. I'm not expecting much from Sauber this weekend, as their point of the season is set to continue. Alpine may have a quiet weekend, along with RB that will be hoping for a great performance from Liam Lawson. There could be a fight for points between Haas and Williams, which could be a lot of fun to watch. Mercedes comes into this race a bit disappointed about their showcase in Singapore. However, they're historically been strong at COTA, which could play in their favour. They'll need to address their overheating issues if they want to maximise their potential here. For Lewis Hamilton, these are the final races with the team that brought him so much success, so expect him to be pushing hard for a podium. Ferrari had a mixed bag in Singapore, struggling with the tyre temperatures in qualifying but showing good race pace. If temperatures are high in Texas, it could benefit their overall tyre management. Keep an eye on Charles Leclerc. He's been in stellar form recently and could pull off something special if the car's balance is to his liking. Red Bull is looking to bounce back after a challenging Singapore weekend. They're bringing upgrades to address balance issues, which could be crucial on a technical circuit. Max Verstappen has a strong track record at COTA, so don't count him out for the win, especially if they've solved their slow corner problems. McLaren comes into this race on a high after dominating in Singapore. Their well-balanced car should suit COTA's varied layout perfectly. With both Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri in top form, they could be serious contenders for both pole position and the race win and the fastest lap. It's an exciting time for the Woking-based team. As teams prepare to unveil their upgrades, the paddock is buzzing with anticipation. The technical nature of these upgrades, combined with the sprint race format, promises to deliver an intriguing and potentially game-changing weekend of Formula One action at the Circuit of the Americas. Alright, it's been a few weeks, but it's that time again. Time to stick my neck out and make my race predictions. In the midfield, I'm backing Alex Albon in the Williams to come out on top, potentially picking up some points. They've made some real progress lately and COTA could suit their car well. I'm also backing my man Nico Hülkenberg to continue to pick up points. Haas could even outperform Aston Martin here. For the top 5, I'm going to go with Carlos Sainz in 5th, Charles Leclerc in 4th and Max Verstappen in 3rd. I'm actually going to go with some minor controversy here and say Lando Norris Norris will come in second, but with the fastest lap, whilst Oscar Piastri will take the win for McLaren. That's all for our preview, but what are your thoughts? Will all the upgrade packages make for an exciting weekend? Who will be the biggest improvers? What are your predictions for the US Grand Prix? Remember to drop them in the comments below, and remember to like, comment, share and subscribe for more F1 content. Keep the pedal to the metal, and I'll see you in Austin.